All right, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar, How to Trade Like the Pros. I'm Jerry D'Ambrosio. I'll be your host for today. Hope everybody's doing well. I do want to do a quick sound check just to make sure everybody can hear me okay. If you guys don't mind, those of you in GoToMeeting or YouTube, want to welcome everybody joining us via YouTube as well. Just chime in the chat box. There you go. Gene says good. Fayez says perfect. Nick says all good. Awesome, you guys, and you can see my screen as well. Well, fantastic, guys. Looking forward to a great webinar today. I've done this a number of times. I always like to do an update on, really how the trading system is holding up, and just some more recent information, recent content. So you may have joined me for one of these webinars before, so it's a great one. Hopefully, you guys are ready. A couple of things I'd like you guys to do for me first. Number one, grab a pen, piece of paper. Of course, if you want something to drink, you can grab that too. I will ask you to write a few things down in a little bit. So if somebody out there, just grab a pen and a piece of paper, might want to take some notes as well. That would be great. Number two, get rid of any distractions. When I used to do these webinars from the office, I'm fortunate enough to be home doing these now. When I was in the office, I always like to close my office door, just try to get rid of any distractions. If my door was closed, that would kind of let people know, hey, I'm busy, I'm watching a webinar, what have you. But you just want to get rid of any distractions. I know that's difficult, but you all are here. You're ready to learn. I commend you for that. So, I'm going to show you a really fantastic trading system. One of the things that you're going to learn, I'm going to teach you about 5 common principles professional traders follow. I'm going to teach you an extremely easy and effective short-term trading strategy. And then finally, how to quickly and easily identify the best trades. And my promise to you is if you follow the steps that we discussed today, you'll know how to identify the correct setup, entry, and exit for each trade. And we've got a lot to cover today. I really want you guys to stick with me to the end. We're going to be together for about an hour. If you stay with me to the end, I'll share with you a copy of today's slides. Just somebody remind me at the end. I sometimes forget. Again, we have a lot of content to cover. So let's see, 12:50 Eastern time. Somebody remind me, throw that in the chat box. Say, hey, Jerry, don't forget the slides. Okay? And again, guys, my name is Jerry D'Ambrosio. I'm the manager of educational content with VectorVest. Excuse me. And I'm just one part of our education department. We've got a fantastic education team here. Our number one goal is to help you guys become better traders, better investors. We've really focused on that a lot over the years. When I first started with VectorVest, it was all about the VectorVest program. That's what the education department focused on. VectorVest, the software, and pretty much that's it. We've really developed into a much more well-rounded team in that we teach you guys options and different trading techniques, short-term, technical analysis, trading techniques, all within the realms, of course, of the VectorVest program. So Conrad, I'm getting there. I will get there for sure. Okay, so let's start off with talking about what makes a pro a pro. What are the qualities that separates these men and women from, the average retail investor? And I'm using air quotes when I say retail investor. That term has been in the news a lot lately, and just kind of, as more and more people, individual investors opened up accounts last year at a record rate. Big topic of conversation is, retail investing, you and me. And this section here is all about getting your mind right. Now, this isn't your buy and hold retirement approach. We want to be up front there. This is not for that type of an account. This is for the capital that you have set aside to trade a little bit more actively. We hope you're doing that. If you have a certain amount of money that you have dedicated towards investing in the stock market. Some of that money should be put towards more of a buy and hold approach, or just a longer term perspective, longer term approach where fundamental valuation is kind of the key analysis that you focus on. Then you have a portion of your portfolio, maybe you're trading options. Then you have another portion of your overall investment capital towards swing trading. When I say short-term trading, Conrad, I'm looking at a few days to a few weeks. That's what swing trading really is. You know, you hold on to a position for a few days, a few weeks, sometimes longer, just depending on performance. The system I'm going to show you here today, it's a few days on average is the holding period. So very, very short term. Now, one of the things that separates a pro from a, again, just an individual retail investor is that they're realistic. They know that there's no magic pill that they're going to take that will make them better traders overnight. Success in this industry, in any industry really, comes with time and effort. So if you ask anyone who's ever gotten to the top of their fields, right, a CEO or a construction manager or a professional athlete, they'll tell you that it took hard work, didn't happen overnight. Michael Jordan didn't become, in my opinion, the best basketball player ever to play because he went into the gym every once in a while and just shot around and came late, left early. That wasn't him, obviously. He was the first one in, last one out, and he became the best. With trading, it's the same way. It's not going to happen overnight. You got to put the effort in. If you think it's going to happen overnight, this may not be something that you might want to pursue. Next is that they control their emotions. They don't allow losing trades to affect them. Pros don't think of the money first, the gains first. They focus on doing the right things, making the right trades, and they know if they do that, the money will follow, the gains will follow. And one of the reasons they feel this way is because they place trades based on facts and data rather than gut feelings. We've all been there earlier on in my career. I used to place trades because I just knew it was going to go up, right? I had that feeling. Pros don't think that way. They look solely at the information in front of them to make decisions. Next is they're prepared. They know exactly when they're going to get out of a trade, even before getting in. Imagine that. Can you say that? Can you honestly say that you know exactly when you're going to get out, either at a gain or a loss, okay, before you get in or as you're getting into the trade? Pros examined and tested different techniques to figure out which one is best. That's how they know exactly, using the approach that they're using, which one is the best. Lastly, most importantly, I think professional traders are disciplined. They stay sharp and focused when things are going well, but they're resilient when things aren't going so well. So they have a plan and they stick to it. Now, what happens if you continue to struggle with some of these things? Letting emotions take control of your decision making, right? Not following a plan. Thinking that you're going to become a millionaire overnight, and I'm sure there were a lot of investors in 2020 that thought that. And listen, a lot of people made a lot of money in 2020, right? Excuse me. But 2021 is almost like a slap in the face in that it's not as easy or as easy as it was in 2020 to make money. So if you continue to struggle with some of these things, you're going to go broke. Now, I don't mean you're going to be unemployed living on the streets, right? But you won't be playing this game too much longer because losses will just keep building up and building up and building up, and you'll wind up broke with no more money to invest. If done the right way, you'll know exactly what you're doing no matter the situation. Nothing that'll get thrown at you will be a surprise and will throw you off guard. You're going to know exactly what you're doing no matter the situation, and just think about the confidence that you'll have. And once you start to develop better habits, right, some of these things that pros exhibit, okay, you'll start to see more consistent gains. Now, there is a big mistake, though, that traders make when first starting to implement short-term trading systems. They follow unproven, complicated strategies. I don't know why, but they feel like they need to use, 5 different indicators, 3 different types of moving averages to help identify entries and exits. For some reason, new traders who are just starting out trading this way, they find value in complexity. The more indicators, the better. That actually, it could be counterproductive because you might get a lot of redundancies when you're looking at too many indicators, or conflictions, right? 2 indicators might, give you mixed signals. Okay. most times that's going to lead to confusion and ultimately frustration. What I want to show you is what's called the RSI-2 trading system. Now, this system was developed by Larry Connors. Larry Connors is a professional trader. He's an author, he's a speaker. He has over 30 years in the financial markets industry. This strategy focuses on stocks. This is kind of a high-level overview or explanation of the system. The system focuses on stocks in long-term uptrends but are experiencing short-term corrections. Now, it's kind of vague. He defines it. He includes indicators that help with both of those situations. And what I love about this system is that it's so simple. It only uses 3 indicators. It doesn't use 5. It doesn't use 4 different types of moving averages, right? It uses 3 indicators, that's it. A 200-day simple moving average to identify the long-term trend, and a 5-day simple moving average, and the RSI, a 2-period relative strength index that identifies the short-term trend. Okay, let me show you how this strategy works. So we're looking at Procter & Gamble. Don't worry about the time frame. We're looking at November of 18 to November of 19. I'll explain why I went back this far in a little bit. But let's just kind of look at the system. The overall price movement of the stock during this time period is rising, right? Price stays above the 200-day moving average the entire time. Very important. We want the stock to be in a long-term uptrend, and he defines a long-term uptrend as price above the 200-day moving average. But there are going to be times, we know this, that price pulls back. It falls below its 5-day simple moving average, stays above the 200, but falls below the 500. I'm sorry, the 5, the 5-day moving average. And that's the white line running through price. That's the 5-day simple moving average. Both of these are simple moving averages. So above the 200-day moving average, but a long-term uptrend, but experiencing a shorter-term correction, a short-term pullback, and that's defined as price being below the 5-day simple moving average. Now, there's another layer, right, to this system, obviously. It's called the RSI-2, so it uses the RSI-2 trading system. RSI indicator. RSI is scaled between 0 and 100, okay? And the industry standard look back period for RSI is 30. 14, excuse me. The industry standard look back period for RSI is 14, with the lower extreme level at 30 and the upper level at 70. Under 30 is considered oversold, above 70 is considered overbought. And again, we are looking at daily price charts here, daily price chart, not a weekly chart, not an intraday chart. So that is a 14-day look back, a 14-day RSI. Okay, it's a great indicator. I love relative strength index. Now, I had to go back a little bit further. Notice that before we were looking at October of November of 18 to November of 19. I had to go back a little further to find a situation where the 14-period RSI went below 30. Good buying opportunity there, don't get me wrong, but you can see that it didn't produce any more signals or any more oversold situations from that point. Now, what Larry Connors did was he sped up the indicator and changed the look back period to 2. So instead of a 14-day RSI, it's a 2-day RSI. And when he did that, he also lowered the extreme level to 10, from 30 to 10. And you need to do that really when you, with oscillators like this that have certain levels, or just indicators that have certain levels, like ADX, for example, where above 20 is considered, or below 20 is considered no trend, above 20 is considered some trend, above 30 is a strong trend. That's what's with the industry standard 14-day ADX. If you increase that look back period, decrease that look back period, you got to change those levels. So he did that. He lowered the extreme level from 30 to 10, and you could see it produces a lot more signals, right? All right. The 2-period RSI goes below 10, which is the new extreme oversold situation using this technique. It goes below 10 a number of times, giving us more and more signals. All right. So let's talk about what the setup is. The setup is Price of the stock above the 200-day moving average, but below the 5-day simple moving average and the 2-period RSI dipping below 10. All three of those things have to be true. Price above the 200-day moving average, but below the 5-day moving average and the 2-period RSI below 10. Let's look at what this trading plan looks like written down. We're going to look at a lot more charts here. We're going to look at some close-up views or perspectives of Procter & Gamble. Same stock there. So, excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Here are our entry rules. We buy, and I've gone over this again, but here's what it looks like written down. Only when the stock is above the 200-day simple moving average and below the 5-day simple moving average with the 2-period RSI below 10. And we enter near the close of that session. Very important. When I trade this system, I buy and sell, and you'll see the exit criteria in a moment. I buy near the close of the day, 3:50, 3:55 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when my orders are filled. And again, price above the 200-day moving average, but below the 5-day moving average with the 2-period RSI below 10. I'm recognizing this at the end of a trading session, and I will enter the position if all three of those are true near the close of the day. My exit criteria, actually that shouldn't say profit exit criteria, excuse me. It should say exit criteria. Exit criteria. We are going to exit when price goes above the 5-day simple moving average. And we are going to exit near the close of that day. Remember, we're buying when price is below the 5-day simple moving average, right? We buy near the close of that day, and we will exit when price is about to close above the 5-day simple moving average. Okay? Let's look at some examples. July 23rd, 2019. Don't worry about the time frame again. I will explain why I went back this far in a moment. July 23rd, 2019. Oh, and by the way, when I zoom in here, right, to a very short time frame as opposed to looking at that year chart, notice that we lose the purple line. We lose the 200-day moving average. We can't see it anymore because we're zoomed in so close. Just know that with every example that I show you here, the price of the stock is above the 200-day moving average. We know that from looking at the long-term chart. Okay? Yes, and these are simple moving averages. This is how Larry Connors created the system, using simple moving averages. So on July 23rd, 2019, the price of the stock is above the 200-day moving average, but it is about to close, or it does close, below the 5-day moving average with the 2-period RSI below 10. The relative strength index is the indicator in green, and the horizontal red line is the indicator, is the value of 10. So on this day, we were to buy near the close of that session. And for the purposes of this, guys, I'm going to use the close of the day. I don't know what the price of Procter & Gamble was on July 23rd of 2019 at 3:55 p.m. Eastern Time. I don't know. I know where it closed at, and we are trying to get as close to the close as possible. So for the purposes of my examples here, I'm going to use the closing price as our entry price. So if we buy at 113.85, again, give or take a few cents, when do we sell? We sell 1, 2, 3 days later at $114.73. Why are we selling on that day? And again, we are exiting as close to the close as possible because we see that the price of the stock is going to close above its 5-day simple moving average. All right. So we exit at 114.73. That is a winning trade, isn't it? Not worrying about how much we're making on the trade. What we're going to be focusing on here today is the winners, the number of winning trades compared to the number of losing trades that we'll see here. So that is a winning trade. So I asked you guys to take out a pen and a piece of paper earlier. Do that for me now. And I'm going to do the same, excuse me. And we are going to tally wins and losses. We are going to tally wins and losses. So let's put a tally mark in the win column. That's one win, right? All right. The very next day, July 23rd, okay, July 24th, 2019, we have another RSI2 setup, don't we? Price is still above the 200-day moving average, but it's about to close below the 5-day moving average, and the 2-period RSI is still below 10. That is an RSI2 setup. Now, I'm not saying that you should buy more of the stock the next day if you bought it the day before. Okay? If you didn't buy it the day before for whatever reason, you didn't have enough buying power left or whatever, you had another opportunity on July 24th. That was another setup. So I'm going to be showing you every setup, every single setup, every single RSI2 setup for this stock. So if we bought it there at 113.15, okay, we sell it 2 days later at 114.73. DJ's asking a question, why not wait 2 more days for the first sale, more profit? That is a luxury, DJ, that we don't have when we are trading in the real market. We don't know what the price of the stock is going to do a couple of days after we sell it. So we have that luxury here in seeing what the price did. So that question is non-answerable in that, well, number one, that's not how Larry Connors created the system. He created the system to close as price for the first time closes above the 5-day moving average. Again, not having the luxury of knowing what can happen or what's going to happen after that. Okay, this is another winning trade. If we would have bought it on July 24th at 113.15, we sell it a couple of days later at 114.73. That's a winning trade. That's another winning trade. All right, literally moving from left to right. Okay, I'm not skipping over dates. The next RSI2 setup was on August 5th of 2019. Price of the stock is still above the 200-day moving average, but about to close, right? Closing below the 5-day moving average and the 2-period RSI below 10. That is a setup. Why didn't we buy the stock the day before? Price was below the 5-day simple moving average, wasn't it? But the 2-period RSI was not below 10 on that day. So all three were true on August 5th. We buy at 113.08, give or take a few cents. Okay, and we sell 2 days later at 115.52. That's another win. I'm going to put another winning check mark. And I'm going to put some dollar values, guys, some portfolio performance to this in a moment. All right, but right now we're focusing on winning trades. Moving from left to right. Okay. Next RSI2 setup was on September 10th. We had to wait about a month for the next RSI2 setup. On September 10th, 2019, okay, yes, Rudy, I'm going to get to the long-term performance in a moment in terms of the back test, okay? September 10th, 2019, price is still above the 200-day moving average, but closing below the 5-day moving average, well below the 5-day moving average, and the 2-period RSI below 10. That's a setup. Right, that's a trade setup. 119.88 was our purchase price, give or take a few cents. Nice gain there in just a couple of days. We sell it at 122.77. That's another winning trade. What did the price of the stock do after that? Right, kind of fell and kind of went sideways there for a little bit. So, yeah, Nick says that's only possible in the hindsight fund, right? Kieran says, so set up end of day 3 months. It's an end of day chart. You can look as short as a 1 month. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be 3 months. I'm just showing a little more data here. But on a 1 month graph, daily chart, if all of these things are true, it's considered a setup. Okay, so it doesn't matter the look back period of the chart that you're looking at, because prior to, as long as price is above the 200-day moving average, but below the 5-day moving average and the 2-period RSI below 10, I don't care what price has done prior to that situation. Those 3 indicators and those 3 indicators only are what's going to determine if it's a setup or not. Okay, so on this day, October 2nd, we had to wait another month. About 121.08 is our purchase price. Price above the 200, below the 5, 2-period RSI below 10. All those things are true. We sell a couple of days later at 124. That's another winning trade. 124 pretty much even. Price was about to close or did close above the 5-day moving average on that day. And you can see it doesn't, again, I don't care what price does afterwards, whether it goes up or down. It's not the idea here, right? We just want to follow the system as it's laid out by a very, very smart trader. So on October 14, 2019, okay, we have another setup. We didn't have one the day before, nor did we have one the day before or the day before that, even though price closed below the 5-day moving average on all of those days. And that's because the 2-period RSI was not below 10. So we buy at roughly 120.05. We sell it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days later at 119.08. Well, hold on. That's a losing trade, isn't it? Right? You buy it at 120.05. You sell it at 119.08 because that's what you're supposed to do. Price is about to close above the 5-day moving average, so you sell it. Right? This resulted in a losing trade. So one of the slides earlier, I said it shouldn't say profit exit criteria. It shouldn't say stop loss. It's not a stop loss. It is an exit criteria. No matter what, you exit when price is about to close above the 5-day moving average. Up until now, we've seen that that results in winning trades. This one didn't. So you put a tally mark in the loss column. You guys with me? So Ronald's asking the question. I'm pretty sure I'm answering it here. Ronald says, do you use a stop loss or a trailing stop? No. The exit criteria is close the position when price is about to close above the 5-day moving average. Nothing else matters. The very next day, you had another setup, right? So if you didn't buy it the day before, for whatever reason, you had another opportunity on October 15th. Buy it roughly 117.20. In this case, we sell 4 days later. Now this is a gain, right? That's a win. That's a winning trade. We buy it at 117.20. We sell it at 119.08. That's a winning trade. A couple of days later, another setup. And I'm not telling you just keep buying more and more of it, although that is what's the word? Kind of a variable, an aggressive variable that Larry Connors throws in, where he says if you want to buy more of it, if the price falls after you first enter, you can do that. Okay, but that's more of an aggressive approach. I mean, this is aggressive as it is, but it's a much more aggressive approach for someone who maybe has traded this system for a long time and understands how things work and what you're supposed to do. Okay? So on this day, October 17th of 2019, we had another setup where you buy at 116.63, sell it a couple of days later. We talked about how that's a winning trade. Sell it at 119.08. David's asking, what size trading account do you need for the strategy? That is not something that is a requirement. You have what you have. 25 grand is nice, 50 grand is better, 100 grand is even better. Okay, so it's just you have what you have. And yes, Kevin, you are averaging down. That is a good point. You are averaging down. All right, James says, also, it seems to me that whenever the price is less than the RSI2, it will always be below the 5-day moving average, but I understand it is the exit condition. No, not always. Well, yes, always when the RSI2 is below 10, will price be below the 5-day moving average? Probably, right? But not every time that the price is below the 5-day moving average will the 2-period RSI below 10. Okay? So, how many wins and how many losses was that? How many wins and how many losses? That was 7 wins and 1 loss. That's pretty good, right? Now I know that's a very small sample size. So I told you that I would explain why I went back all the way back to 2018, because I wanted to give you guys enough empirical evidence in terms of how efficient this technique is on that stock, right? And I'll elaborate a little bit more. Okay. during this time period, I went all the way to current. I only showed you 8 examples. 7 wins, 1 loss. I decided to take that same analysis and move it current. Okay? Out of all the RSI2 setups, and there were 38 of them, 38 total for Procter & Gamble from November of 2018 to current, there were 32 winning trades and only 6 losing trades. That is a winning percentage of 84%. And every one of those RSI2 setups had the same 3 criteria met, right? Price above the 200-day moving average. So with every entry, the price of the stock was in a long-term uptrend, but had pulled back and fallen below the 5-day moving average with the 2-period RSI below 10. There were 38 times since November of 2018 to current that happened. 32 winning trades, 6 losing trades. That's an 84% winning trade percentage. Okay? Now, here's some more data. That was one stock, right? That was Procter & Gamble. The top 5, so I just said, you know what? That's cherry picking. I get it. All right, 84%. That's a pretty good winning percentage on one stock. But remember, you got to understand what the characteristic of the stock is. Bottom left to upper right. Price has to be in a long-term uptrend. It has to be above the 200-day moving average. So what I did was just a couple of days ago, as of July 6th of 2021, I went into the S&P 500 watch list within the VectorVest program. And I sorted that watch list by comfort index. Comfort index is a proprietary VectorVest indicator that looks at those type of stocks, those bottom left to upper right stocks, stocks that exhibit price growth persistence over time. The top 5 stocks as of just a few days ago were LB, CZR, GNCR, SIVB, and DFS. You can go into the VectorVest program, go into the S&P 500 watch list as of July 6th, a couple of days ago, sort by CI, you'll get the same stocks. Over the last 1 year, across all 5 stocks, there were 65 RSI2 setups. Okay, 65 RSI2 setups. There were 52 winning trades, 13 losing trades. That's an 80% winning trade percentage. 80%. This is not cherry picking, folks. Okay, this is not cherry picking. This is rank analysis, sorting by a particular indicator and taking the top stocks from any list. I applied the same RSI2 set indicator or trading system to each stock. Over the 1 year period, the last year, all 5 stocks had 65 RSI2 setups. Okay, that's an 80% winning trade percentage using a very systematic approach, very systematic. Okay, this portfolio that you're looking at here is a long-term back test. A long-term back test centering around the RSI2 stock selection system that I just showed you. Okay? Was that a misprint on the symbol? Sorry, guys. GNRC. Sorry, not GNCR. GNRC. I apologize. Okay? This trading system centering around the RSI2 stock selection system, and I say centering around is that it uses the exact same entry criteria that I just went through. This long-term portfolio that you see here, it uses a different exit criteria. And the only reason for that is in the VectorVest program, unfortunately right now, you can't automate, we can't automate closing a position when price is about to close above the 5-day moving average. It's just not an available stop criteria in there. So I had to make some adjustments. I wanted to keep as close to in line with how Larry Connors developed the system, so I modified the exit criteria. I'll talk about the exit criteria a little bit later. Nevertheless, since February 8th of 2010, a lot of you guys were saying, great, last 12 months have been great. right? What's the overall performance? I'm seeing a few comments coming in. Okay, well here it is. Long-term backtest, not accounting for market timing. Always long. From February 8th of 2010 to basically current, just a couple of days ago, this portfolio is up 615%, let's say 616%. That's 54% a year. It's got a pretty steep drawdown of 25%, but that was last year, January, February, March of last year. Again, this system always stayed long throughout, and you can see we are just coming off of another new high as of the hard right edge there. So, how many winning trades, how many losing trades? Over the last, let's see, that's 11 years. 11 years, 11 and a half years. 217 winning trades and 16 losing trades. That's a 93% winning trade percentage. The overall market, the VectorVest composite, over that same time period has tripled. Okay? The VVC is up 200% over that same time period. So, what's the question, right? When we invest, did we outperform the market? Are we likely to outperform the market? And the answer with this long-term backtest is yes, you are likely to outperform the market. Not only are you likely to outperform the market, but look at the percentage of winning trades that you are likely to be around. Okay? So that's, again, putting actual gains to that system. Again, I get it. The exit criteria is a little different. It's not all that different, but it is a little different. So you may be thinking, okay, double the performance of the overall market, number one, with 93% winning trades. That's pretty fantastic. But I don't have time. You're going to tell me that I have to look at all these charts every single day to find a handful of candidates potentially where the RSI 2 is below 10 and the price is above the 5-day moving average, below the 5-day moving average, but above the 200-day moving average. You don't have to look at all that stuff. Okay? What I'm about to tell you here eliminates all of that time. No matter what we teach you here, we want you to be able to do it faster, smarter, and better. So I'm going to take a few guesses as to why you guys are here today. Okay, you tuned in today because you heard that this webinar was called How to Trade Like the Pros. So you had to think, all right, he's got to teach me something about professional traders, right? And how they think, how they trade. So that's why you're here. You want to learn from the best. This might be what's holding you back here. Okay? You're not able to take emotion out of your trading. You don't have a systematic plan, which includes when you should be buying, what stocks to buy, when you should exit. You don't have that. So naturally, I guess, emotions are going to control your decision making. If there's not empirical data, if there's not a systematic set of rules that are going to determine when you place a trade and when you exit a trade, you're going to do so emotionally. And this, again, might be what's holding you back. You don't have confidence right now. Maybe your confidence has been shook over the last 6 months, maybe a little bit longer, right? Confidence flying high in 2020. All right, now maybe your confidence has taken a little hit. Maybe you're not where you want to be. So the obvious question that you're asking, all right, this is interesting. How can I take my game here to the next level? Now's the time to do that. Maybe you're looking for a system like this that completely just takes every emotional decision out of the equation because it covers every basis, right? It covers what stocks to buy, what rules to follow to enter, what rules to follow to exit. Okay? Now you do have a choice. You can do it alone, do it by yourself, take bits and pieces of what I taught you here today, or you can be given the answers, all of the answers. So that's why we've put together a 6-session webcast series where myself and Steve Chappell teach you top trading strategies of the pros and how to quickly and easily identify the best trades to make your trading faster, smarter, and better. I hope that you saw if you learn to implement strategies like the one I showed you today, you'll get there. You'll achieve the success that you're looking for. Now, I wanted to introduce you to Hugh. Hugh is a recent graduate of one of our Trade Like a Pro courses. Okay? He wrote me an email, said, I'm a retired financial services executive, so I had to, quote, unlearn what the, quote, street teaches to start making money. Before taking the Trade Like a Pro course, I found it was difficult to stick with a system since there were too many variables. I never could achieve the short-term trading success I sought. After taking the course, I began to see results right away. I now have a successful approach, and I am much more disciplined with my trading. Okay? Here's the agenda. Now, these modules, guys, are pre-recorded. I'm going to go through kind of the high-level overview of each module here. The great thing about the modules, yep, Peter says, how many strategies are taught in the course? I'm getting there. I'm going to go through the agenda right now. They are on demand. These modules have been pre-recorded and they are on demand. So as soon as you register, you'll have access to all of them. But I'll talk about our sessions, our mastery sessions, which we will be meeting live here in a moment. But module number 1, excuse me, we get you in that correct mindset, right? Because there is a certain mindset that you have to go in here with, because it's not your buy and hold retirement strategies. It's very short term, some shorter than others. So you have to know that. We talk about risk management and order entry. Order entry is a big segment, a big part of this first module. Okay. Number 2, we get into techniques now, not necessarily professional traders techniques, but this is a technique of buying and selling using candlestick reversal patterns. Okay. We teach you how to recognize the turning points, how to recognize the patterns, how to trade the patterns, which indicators to use, and how you know that you got it right. Where is your confirmation level for these patterns? Where is your initial stop loss? And where is your profit objective when you're trading these patterns? Okay. Module number 3, we talk about the different markets that you'll see. Not all markets are the same, right? They don't behave the same way. You got volatile markets, you got trending markets, you got extreme situations, you have trading or channeling markets, right? So it's important that, I'm sorry guys, important that you recognize what the market's doing and then apply the appropriate indicators to that type of market. In module 4, we get into our first professional technique. It's a technique that was developed by a woman by the name of Linda Ratchke. It's called the Holy Grail. Steve Chappell will teach you this system. Okay, and it's both for bullish and bearish markets. It's rather short term. Could be in the trade a few days to a few weeks. Again, depending on if your exit criteria has been met, and this system has exit criteria. Where do you set your initial stop loss? Where do you set your initial profit target? That's all baked into this system. Module 5, I will teach you 2 systems, 2 strategies developed by Charles Schaap. Charles Schaap is an author. He's a trader as well. He developed one technique called the 50-50 strategy and another called 80 excellence. I like the 50-50, one of my favorite ones in this course, because it's more intermediate term. It's not as short term as the Holy Grail or maybe the RSI 2. 50-50 is kind of that middle of the road, more intermediate term trading system. Again, it has its own baked in exit criteria, stop loss, profit target. And then we end with in my opinion, what is the highlight of the course. I'll teach you more about the RSI 2 system. We'll get into a few other ways to trade it. And then the RSI 25 strategy. This is for ETFs only. This is for ETFs only. Okay, if you've been looking for a mechanical, systematic technique for ETFs, this is a really good one, and I'll show you some results here in a moment. Okay, as a special bonus, we're going to throw in this course. This is called Master the Art of Candlestick Analysis. This is a 6-session webcast series. It's a self-study course where you can view the 6 pre-recorded modules, the 6 mastery sessions that we did not too long ago. You get all of that content as a self-study course. Now, normally, this course is $995. We're going to throw it in. You get access to this one for a full year along with the Trade Like a Pro course in the new university, both for the price of one. All right, so here are some bonuses that you're going to get for the trade. Here's some more bonuses. Number one, 6 live mastery support sessions. I mentioned how those 6 modules are pre-recorded. Watch them at your own leisure, right? We will be meeting live 6 times for support sessions dealing with each of those modules. Okay, a couple of questions coming in quick about different markets. You know, these techniques were built and created in the U.S. market. I can't say on how well they translate to other markets. I really can't. This is a U.S. market course because again, these are U.S. market traders that built these systems based on kind of the U.S. market equities. Okay, so these mastery sessions will help you implement what you learned in each module. In mastery session number 1, we are going to cover the contents of module number 1. In mastery session number 2, we're going to cover the contents of module 2, and so on. Okay, I love because these are great too, because not only will we go over the homework assignments, you're going to get a homework assignment after each module. We're going to go over the homework assignment, and all the modules, guys, you know, the examples that we show you are historical examples, right? That's okay. But in these mastery support sessions, okay, we look at the real market. We look at the current market. So if we taught you the Holy Grail in module 4, showing you historical examples, we're going to look for real life, time examples in these mastery support sessions. Okay. Also, you'll get 60 days access to VectorVest Premium. So actually, Richard says, currently I am not a VectorVest user. What level of EV would be required? So Richard, you're going to get access to the highest level of VectorVest for 60 days for free. 60 days is essentially the duration of the course. We want to give you access to VectorVest Premium and all the tools that are used during the course. So you're going to get, if you don't already have VectorVest Premium, okay, we're going to give it to you as part of the course. And another bonus is a live trading session. This is essentially module number 7. This is a live bonus session where we implement what we've learned over the course of the 6 weeks. I'm going to show you guys how to use RoboTrader. We start this session, and I'll explain in a moment, at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We start that early for a reason, because there's a lot of work that needs to be done before every trading session. Okay? One of those things that is required before a session is to run the scans to find the best candidates. And this is huge. Exclusively for workshop attendees, you will receive pre-built searches that make finding your trades a breeze. Now, I didn't answer the questions that came in about the scans earlier because I knew I was going to get there. Yes, as part of the course, you will receive pre-built scans. You were probably thinking, great, all right, they teach us all of these techniques, but how on earth are we going to find stocks to actually trade? I've done the legwork already. I built these scans to quickly and easily find the best candidates. And they're going to be inserted into your programs. You don't have to build them yourselves. Okay? Now, you're also going to get this automated trading system. Okay? The automated trading system that has produced, over the last 11 and a half years, 93% winning trades with a 615% gain. While the VectorVest composite is up 200%. There's a lot of variables in here that you will get. Okay? Now, I'm also going to give you this. This is a new bonus. This is a real money portfolio trading the RSI 25 technique that I am going to teach you in Module 6. Okay? With a slight variation to the exit criteria. All right? All of the variables that are included in an automated trading system, you will get as a bonus. Now, from December 3rd of 2018 to current, okay, this portfolio is up 82% with 95% winning trades, 59 winning trades, and 3 losers. The market, the VectorVest composite, is up 48% over that same time period. And this is always long as well, and you can see it pulled back quite a bit during the COVID crash. But let's look long term compared to the overall market. VVC from December 3rd of 18 to current is up 48%. This is up 82% with 95% winning trades. Okay, so this course and everything that I've just talked about is valued at $2,995. The early bird rate is still available for $2,495, but as a thank you to you folks here today, I want to extend an additional discount. If you order before the end of today's webinar, and I'm going to stick around for a few more minutes to answer some questions, and you'll have a little bit more time after that, I'm going to knock another $200 off. So for $2,295, you get all 6 pre-recorded modules, all 6 live mastery support sessions, 60 days access to VectorVest Premium if you don't already have it, the live bonus session, the RSI-2 automated trading system, and the RSI-25 automated trading system as well. Oh, and the Master the Art of Candlestick Analysis, this 1-year self-study course that you'll have access to in the university as well. All right, I'm going to ask Todd, and by the way, guys, I forgot to mention, my good buddy Todd Schaefer is in the background. He'll be answering any questions that you guys, he's been answering any questions that you guys have. I'm going to stick around to answer some more of the common ones, but I'm going to ask him to put that address that he sees there at the bottom that you guys see, www.vectorvest.com/TLP, put that in the chat box so you can click on it. All right, put that, Todd, if you don't mind, put that in the chat box. There we go. So you folks can just click on it and it'll bring you right to the registration page. These are the dates of our live mastery support sessions. We begin on July 28th, so 3 weeks from today. Okay, we meet every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. These sessions will, of course, be recorded and uploaded into the new university. Now, once you guys register, you'll have access to the university and this course right away. And what you'll see, not only will you see the pre-recorded modules, right, but you'll also see the mastery sessions that we did a few months back. You can watch those. Those will be replaced with ours here, and that's how we update the content. You know, pretty much every 3 or 4 months when we do this, we always upload the new live mastery sessions. Okay. The date of the live bonus session is September 8th, the following Wednesday. This is the date of the live trading session. And this session begins at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Okay? So here's the agenda, guys. Yep, thank you guys for reminding me about the slides. I'm going to go ahead and upload those now. Give me one moment while I do that. Might take me, no, there it is. Yep, there it is. All right, I'm going to drop it in. I just dropped it in the handout section of your GoToMeeting control panel. You should see it in a moment. Yeah, it's in there. It's a TLP slides PDF. TLP slides PDF. You guys should see it now. Okay. All right, Marguerite, any questions on that? Just give our support department a call. Those are product support questions. Just give our support department a call. They'll help you out. All right, I'm going to stick around, guys, to answer any questions. All right, Julie says, got it, thanks. Yeah, it's in the handout section of your GoToMeeting control panel. It says handouts, should say something like 1 of 5, and it's the TLP slides. If Julie has it, everybody has it. So it's there somewhere. Yes, I'm feeling much better, Julie. A little bit of a cough, but I'm feeling much better. Thank you. Yeah. So question is this the same time with the Jockey Club? Yeah. So that session on Wednesday, that live trading session on Wednesday, it does overlap with the Jockey Club on that one day. Okay. This is a one-time payment, guys. There are no payment options. It's $22.95. By the way, if you're an elite subscriber, you should know if you're elite or not. If you don't know, just give our support department a call. They'll tell you. It's $1497.50. That is the half. That's half off the regular rate. That is your rate if you're an elite subscriber. For this course, everything that's included, $1497.50. If you're not elite, you have a limited time of $22.95. Again, that price will go away rather soon here once we're done. Okay, guys. So I talked about the exit criteria in that RSI2 system, and that's one of the things that's given to you during the course. That's a special bonus, the number of stocks that the trading system holds, whether it diversifies between industry and sector, whether it replaces stocks that get closed out, exit criteria, position sizing, things like that. All of those variables are included in the course and as part of the RSI2 system. Okay. Arif says, how much time do I need to set aside once I learn the system? As much time as you have. As much time as you have. David says, I might be an elite subscriber. Briefly, what is that, please? Elite subscriber is someone who's been with us for more than 5 years, for at least 5 years with uninterrupted service, or has spent more than a certain amount, I think it's $5,000 with us over the course of a lifetime. So if that's you, then you would pay $1497.50, David. Peter says, can you explain the automated element? The automated element, what I taught you today is the manual way to trade the RSI2 system. Okay? It's a manual process because there's no automated exit criteria within the VectorVest program where you close when price is about to close above the 5-day moving average. It's just not there. So we want to give you a manual way to trade it and an automated way to trade it. And the automated way it has that slight variation of the exit criteria. The RSI2 is something that will be put into your Unisearch tool. Yes, you will get a folder, a Trade Like a Pro Unisearch folder with all the scans in it. And that will be put into your programs. You don't have to worry about writing those scans and saving it like that. Okay. What size of portfolio we need? Again, it's whatever you have. There's no set amount that you need. Les says, can I do it myself in Unisearch? You could. Wendell says, I need to confirm my status, but if I'm if elite. Okay, Wendell, awesome. Yeah, give our support department a call. They'll let you know. Julie says, could the RSI2 system be used on a different time frame rather than end of day? Yes, it can. It actually can. You can use it on weekly or intraday as well. Same rules, okay? I really wouldn't use it on 1-minute bars, though. 5-minute bars I know works well. 10-minute bars works well as well. But it can be used on any time frame. Okay. You're welcome. All right, guys. Well, listen, my email address is jerryd@vectorvest.com. jerryd@vectorvest.com. Any questions that I wasn't able to answer here today, shoot me an email. Okay? And I'm more than happy to work with you here on anything that I talked about today or just in the course in general. You will get Steve and my email addresses during the course. So if you have any questions during the course, after the course, you could shoot us an email. You will have access, Peggy, to the course for a year in the university. Okay, you will have access for a year. Along with the candlestick course as well. You'll have access to both of those for a year. All right. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Short week this week. Tomorrow's Thursday already, so hopefully you guys have a great rest of your week. Happy trading, and we'll see you soon. No, Emmanuel, you cannot buy the course in installments. It is a one-time fee, and it's a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. If after the course is over, if you don't like what you were taught and didn't learn anything, we of course take the access away and we take everything away that we gave you, but we give you your money back, no questions asked. You don't get the searches anymore or the trading systems, of course, but it is a 30-day money back guarantee. All right, Steven says, thank you, I'm in. Awesome. Welcome aboard, everybody. Looking forward to working with you. If you have any questions, just again, shoot me an email. Take care, everybody.